Alright, let's play some Dark Souls. This is not going to be your ordinary Dark Souls guide. I know there's a couple out there, a bunch of them that people never finished. There really hasn't been that many good ones, in my opinion. They're either like, don't go into detail enough, or they just go off and do stupid things the whole time, or they're just like complete purists about it, you know? Like, just, no. You don't need to be like, oh no, the only way to beat Dark Souls is to run through it with like only a ring on and just punch everything to death. Like, yeah, you know, there are people out there that have gone through Dark Souls and just, you know, beaten it in any way. But this is going to be how to actually beat Dark Souls. This isn't the only way to do it. This isn't like the, you know, end-all be-all best way to do it. But this is going to be like, you know, the pretty close to absolute best way to just beat the hell out of this game. You know, just treat it like the bully that you used to go to school with, just picked on you all the time and kicked you and stuff, and just get some revenge. If you've ever played this game before and you gave up because it was too hard, you've come to the right place. I'm not gonna pull any strings. I'm just gonna go hard. Gonna do the most overpowered crap you can imagine. We're gonna kill people when you probably don't need to, just to make it easier for you and to get cool stuff. Stabby mix stab face. Oh. Stabber. Stabber? Yeah, that'll work. Male, probably good. Class. This, people say it's important. It's not terribly important. The big thing is that you want at least a halfway decent starting weapon. We're gonna get a new one like pretty much right away. Bandits are pretty good, axe is good, that shield is awesome, blocks poison. Hunter, meh. Sorcerer, sorcerer can be good. Pyromancer, cleric. Cleric does start with a mace, which would be nice. But you may have heard that Deprived is the best one to start with, and it is, because it's actually a lower level. You'd say, what? Doesn't make any sense. If it's a lower level, Master Key, get that, by the way. You don't want to go with Slim, increases your roll chance. No, I'm just kidding, I have no idea if that's actually true or not. And hair. Definitely going to want that nice bowl cut from your childhood as well. With some redness. And yeah, that'll be good. Let's accept. Do I have to choose a face? Commoner. There we go. Apparently I have to choose a face. Whatever. So here's a cutscene. If you have the game, go watch it yourself. Ring of Favor and Protection. There's another cutscene. Go watch it yourself. It's on YouTube. And you're going to start off as a hunk of beef jerky. Pretty gross. The cutscene we missed was some dude throwing a key down to us. So we pick up the key, unlock the door right in front of us. People say Dark Souls is hard. If you look to your right, you'll see the Stray Demon. He is a bastard. We'll kill him later. You can kill those stupid guys standing around, but they give you like 3 souls each. Not really worth it. You can also see as Deprived, you have a quick roll. Oh man, look at that. Just heinous beef jerky loveliness. Blech. Go up to this bonfire, light it. Bonfires are checkpoints. Don't know how much more to dumb down than that. You die, you come back to these. This is supposed to be the tutorial. It's arguably one of the worst tutorials in a video game I've ever seen. But that's kind of the whole point of Dark Souls. You'll see the first boss way up there. He'll jump down and try to rub your knickers in his face. But if you just go over here, seeing as how you don't really have a weapon except for half of a hilt, there's no point in actually going against him. So we're going to go over here and light this other checkpoint. I know we just lit one. In Dark Souls 1, you actually have to rest at a bonfire. You will, if you die, you go back to the last bonfire you rested at. And if you're new to this game, you're going to die. A lot. Like, actually, it's kind of a fun thing to do to just, like, keep track of how much you die. If you're playing on, like, an Xbox controller, which I am, it's just left bumper is whatever you put in this hand. Right bumper is whatever you put in this hand. So right bumper, left bumper, and then you can switch out. You can have more than one thing. You can have 2 things equipped in each hand. You can switch them out by pushing the D-pad. And then you go up to these guys, and you just beat the crap out of them with the club you just found. Nice and simple. If you hold down the right bumper or left bumper, you'll hold up your shield. If you tap the trigger, you'll swipe. It's called parrying. If you can parry someone, it'll like put them into a state where they can be riposted, however the French pronounce that word. Just walk up to this guy and hit him with a club. You can listen to him speak, but you know, whatever. Doesn't really matter. You get an Estus Flask, which is equipped for you already. In case it isn't, you just go over here. You can equip 5 items, push bottom on the D-pad to switch them out. Only have 1, so we're gonna use that one. This is the idiot that threw the thing at you. Come behind someone, you can backstab him. That is a critical strike. Backstabs and riposts are critical strikes. I'll show you a riposte here in a second. Riposting's kind of hard because if you miss it, you just get hit in the face. But there's some enemies, there's quite a few enemies that are... Riposting is basically the best way to kill them. If you hit forward and right trigger at the same time, you'll do a jumping attack, which will sometimes hit people. And it does just more damage. Now, hold shield to block. If you swing your sword or swing your weapon while you're running, you do a special attack. Beat a roll. So I'm going to try and riposte this guy to show you what it is. Riposte. So you do left trigger right when he's about to hit you. It'll knock their sword aside, make him stagger around a little bit. I think it's actually called stagger by the game. And then you can use right bumper to do a critical strike on him. That's just like a backstab, except it's in the front, and you hit him in the face. Press Y to two-hand. It does makes your main weapon do more damage. Drop off, hit this guy in the face. You can use your shield on him, but it doesn't do much. Basically, you're just going to want to roll dodge. Roll dodge and parrying are the 2 hardest things to learn about this game. Once you master them, you've mastered the game. Roll dodging is exactly what it sounds like. When you roll, your character becomes invincible to any damage for a little bit. It's all by frames, so like the game, I think Dark Souls 1 is capped at 30 frames per second, so sorry if this isn't like your 60 FPS whatever thing. But yeah, the game is actually capped at 30 FPS. I think there's a couple of mods you can get for it, but you know, I just can't be bothered to do that, so whatever. But yeah, when you roll, you're invincible for just a couple frames. Cutscene, bird picks you up, takes you to a cool place called Lordron, Firelink Shrine, blah, blah, blah. If bonfires are... did I actually... I haven't gotten any souls yet, that's all right. So this is Firelink Shrine, your home planet, whatever. There are a couple cool things you can grab around here. Main concept of the game is to ring 2 bells, get a bowl, put it on a fire, kill 4 big bosses, and then kill 1 big boss. But the only real direction you'll get is from one guy that's just very sad and just cries the whole time. He's kind of boring. So we're not even going to listen to him. There's a couple things you can pick up down here. So I'm just going to walk around and pick up all the free goodies that are by Firelink Shrine and just easily accessible, because why not? So you go this way. I believe there's something. Always break pots. You know, just treat this like a Zelda game for adults. There's a soul. Souls are the currency in this game. You can level up with them. You can buy stuff with them. You can die with them. And if you do die, you drop all your souls wherever you die. And that goes to the stupid Valley of the Drakes. Don't want to go that way just yet. Yeah. This is a blacksmith. We can't actually do anything with him yet, but yeah. He'll level up your weapons and stuff. He does mostly magic weapons. If you find like a magic ember, you can give it to him. You don't really need to go down here just yet. If you ever see a guy in a jar or barrel, roll through it. They always have something cool. I'm going to do something stupid and try and get a level up for my Estus Flask right away. You'll see that little shiny over there. You can get to that right now. All these little ghost things up here, you can only attack if you use that one of those transient curses I just picked up. Use it, and then you can interact with ghosts and stab them in the face and whatnot. For now, I'm just going to run past everybody. Grab the soul. Try not to fall. It's not a big deal. Only have 2,000 souls. Well worth it. Yeah, you're pretty much going to die there. Like, you can run around those guys pretty quick, then you're going to die. But it's totally worth it, because that thing we just picked up is the soul of a firekeeper, which is super cool, because if you go to a firekeeper, like this one, she doesn't talk or anything. The only thing you can do is give her that, and it'll strengthen your Estus Flask. Estus Flask heals you. You have 10 charges. Go to a bonfire to refill them. So we are going to be using the Great Scythe through this walkthrough. That being said, it's kind of a pain to get right away. But I may just go do it right now. You know what? Actually, I may not, because I don't think I could even wield it right now. I'll give it one try, and if I miss it, then I'll just come back. This is not the way to the Great... Well, it kind of is, yeah. This is the best way to get to the Great Scythe. There's also some souls up here. There's plenty of cool stuff you can pick up. So there's souls that you're actually holding. It's that number in the bottom right. When you die, you drop them wherever you died. So I'd have to go all the way back down to that crazy lake place where I died to get them back. It was only 2,000 souls, and I just can't be bothered to do that. A couple chests here. I'm going to kind of try and go through most everything. Morningstar and a Talisman. Talisman lets you use faith spells. Morningstar is a Morningstar. So you need wands to use sorceries, you need talismans to use faith, and you need a lot of strength to use strength weapons, you need a lot of dex or dexterity to use dex weapons. And if a weapon requires a lot of dex, it usually has like a dex bonus as well. So like for every 100 dex you get, you do 10 more damage on a dex weapon. There's some other cool stuff over there, but we're just going to go straight for the sides for now. See if we can get it in this first episode of How to Cheese Dark Souls. Yeah. Something that a lot of new players will have trouble with is thinking that you have to kill everything. You don't. Just run past everything. Sometimes skeletons will just jump off cliffs for you. This place is terrifying. We won't even come back here until pretty late in the game. There's a thing here you need to go. This is the one guy you do need to kill. Right here. He has fire. He does a lot of damage. I'm not doing any damage to him, which is fine. Alright, that was my one attempt. We're going to leave the Great Scythe down here. For now. We wouldn't even be able to wield it anyway. I died right by a bonfire. Super fun. That's alright. We'll just continue through Firelink Shrine. So now that I died twice, those souls that I first left down by the water are gone. There's no way to get them back. And that's kind of something you want to avoid normally, but you know, I just don't care. So, I don't think there's anything else we need down here. Guess we could try to level up a little bit now that I've thoroughly screwed myself over a little. Humanity's good. We'll just talk about humanity real quick. This will be like a quick tutorial to the tutorial. Humanity is that little counter by your health and stamina bar. You can spend humanity to make yourself human instead of undead. As you can see by my beef jerky skin right now, I'm super undead. First thing we're gonna do, reverse hollowing. Hey, look. Less beef jerky skin. I'm just a man in a thong. There's a lot of things you can level up first. I would recommend getting Vitality to 20 as a baseline. It's always a good idea. Man, I am just not gonna like staring at a thonged person the whole time, but whatever. It's better as beef jerky. The guy will jump at you, take your club, beat him in the face. That guy will jump all the way over there. That guy will hit me in the back. Okay, he'll hit me in the front. Sneak around behind him. Oof, almost got him. Yeah, so just walk around behind him like that, get a backstab. Does a ton of damage, super nice. There's an item over there, but this idiot's throwing firebombs at me, which are no fun. If you backstab people, you actually get more souls when you kill them too. So yeah, all these little guys, when you kill them, they give you some souls. You can see I'm up to like 650 or whatever now. And there's a poppable soul. You don't lose the poppable souls when you die. You actually keep those, and you can just pop them whenever you want. Although I would recommend popping them by bonfires. Less chance of actually losing them that way. And yeah, if you have any questions, by the way, about Dark Souls or World of Warcraft, I like playing difficult games. Dark Souls and Mythic Rating are definitely count. Dark Souls is one of my favorite games. It's not very noob-friendly, however. It's kind of the opposite of noob-friendly, so yeah. It's good to have a guide. And like, people are always... I've seen a couple of guides where people just, you can roll through those barrels right here. There's some cool stuff. Another soul. Yeah, I've seen guides where people are like, no, you can't summon anyone ever. And other guides where they like just summon random people from the internet, like, which by the way you can do on boss fights. Whenever you get low on health, it's usually good to roll away. Use your range, yeah. So I'm not going to be using random people from the internet, but I will be using the NPC summons for pretty much every case where you can. Because, you know, they're in the game, so you might as well use it. Okay, I think that's the way down to the rest of the place. So I'm going to go over here. No, that's dead end. That's fun. Over here, as you can see, there's some little friendly people hanging down right there. You can, like I said, we're playing this game as cheap as possible. We're not going to be nice, we're not going to be fair, we're going to go for the most overpowered stuff. We're going to beat the crap out of everybody with it. And the game will be a little difficult until I get the Great Scythe, but after that, it'll be basically cake. It's, like, easily the most overpowered weapon in the game. And, you know, honestly, like, why would you get anything else? You know, like, what are you doing with your life if you're just playing the game without getting the best stuff, you know? This guy throws firebombs at you, go behind him. Another interesting fact, while you're backstabbing or parrying someone, you are invincible. You have invincibility frames, or iframes. The other thing with not having any clothes is you don't carry any weight. There's 3 different types of rolls, small, medium, and fat. Hey, Hollow Warrior armor. I might actually equip that because I have nothing. As you can see, my roll is still pretty fast. When you equip a whole bunch of armor, you'll roll medium, and then you'll roll fat. When you roll medium, you just have less invincibility frames, so you're more likely to get hit. Pretty simple explanation. Can't jump that far just yet. This is a dragon. Ah, scary. Then he runs away. There's a guy shooting arrows at you up there. 3 guys trying to beat you to death down here. Try not to let them. That jumping attack like that is just me hitting up, and wow, you can hit me from there. You just tap forward and right trigger at the same time, and you'll just jump up and hit someone like that. Yeesh. I really need to find some pants. Getting tired of looking at this white ass. Alright, so you can level up at any bonfire. So whenever you have enough souls to do so, it's usually good to just go ahead and level up. It's almost always worth it. And you just equip it all in your item slot and just spam X. You'll notice my Estus flasks don't go up at all, which is fine. You have to kindle a bonfire. Most of them start out at 5. And that's just like 5 Estus flasks per time you rest there. Okay, no, there's a guy right here. So what you're going to do is hit him with your club. Hit him with your club. Hit him with your club. And there's a little thing right here. Walk over here and hey, look, a shield. It's made of wood. It is slightly better than our plank shield, but we're about to get a much better shield. Close the door because, you know, you're supposed to. High strategy tips, you know. Now, if you hit forward on the joystick and right bumper, you'll kick like that. That's a guard break, so when people are just sitting there with their shields up, you do that, knocks their shield aside. If someone does that to you, it's like when you run out of stamina and you get staggered. It's when you like just fumble around like a bumbling idiot for a little bit. There's a guy right there. He likes to hurt you. There's another guy down there, but he doesn't really have anything. This guy will sell you some cool stuff. If you didn't get the master key, you can buy this residence key here. And I believe heater shield for 1,000 souls. Can't really get that. What we're actually going to do with this guy is just kill him. Wait for your stamina to go up. That guy sells a couple things, but they're kind of crap. But he drops an Ujikatana. Ujikatana? Whatever. And it's a pretty cool sword. But we can't actually wield it yet. If you hit X, you'll see all these weird things here. Hit the back button, it'll explain it a little bit. Right here, requirement parameters. We need 14 strength and 14 dexterity to even use it. So, yeah. It also has bleed. You'll see in the very bottom left at 300. What that means is if you hit someone a couple times, it'll do a whole bunch of bonus damage and they'll like bleed out as if you stabbed them a whole bunch. Super good sword. We'll be using that soon. If you are trying to think, hey, is this better? If everything's blue, it's better. It's kind of the general rule. Now we're going to go over here. And you want to be kind of quick about killing these guys because there are 3 of them. Okay, I guess you can just hit me right out of the air. That's cool. Yeah, that jumping attack with the club is pretty sweet. Does a lot of damage. Parry. It's always good to practice parrying. We're going to be doing it quite a bit here in a moment. Plus, while you're doing this, you're invincible again, so you can't be stabbed in the back by people being jerks or anything like that. Short sword. Ooh, cool. Always roll through tables. I don't know why. It's just a thing. There are black fire bombs in here, which we will need eventually, though not for a little while yet. Now we go over here. So there's a couple spots where you want to go slow in the game. There's a couple spots where you want to go real fast. This is one of the latter. Because this asshole will throw firebombs at you. This is also why we got the +1 on our Estus flask already. And we have a whole bunch of vitality. Vitality is the most important thing to get first because, like, especially when you're new to the game, you're just gonna die a lot. The more health you have, the more leeway you have to do stupid things and die. It says use the residence key, even though, oh yeah, we picked it up off that guy's corpse. You can also use the master key here, which is a starting item. Really, it's just the best starting item. There's no reason to not use it. Gold pine resin lets you put lightning on your weapon. These guys are jerks. Okay, I don't know how that hit me, but whatever. Come on, come here. Okay, he hit me with his shield. I was trying to parry him. Just practice your parrying on these guys. I wouldn't worry about the guys with the spears, because they'll just be jerks like that. Alright. Here is why we practiced parrying. If you walk up real slow behind this guy, you can backstab him. Basically, you just want to parry and backstab this guy to death. It's just a joke. Ha ha ha. So hit him once, and then you're going to run all the way back over here. Not get hit by him. And this is just a better place to fight him because you have more room this way. Parry, hit him. By far the easiest way to kill these guys. This is a Black Knight. We'll run into Silver Knights later. They're more silver than black. This guy is a mini boss, so once you kill him, he doesn't respawn. You can also backstab him. Usually the best way to kill him is to just chain backstabs like that. Parrying can be a little difficult, especially when you start off, but just practice it and you'll get the hang of it. You kind of want to click the left trigger right when he starts his swing. That's usually the best way to do it. And yeah, you just do it like that. That was pretty good. I only missed one parry. Yeah, if you want to leave a like or comment in the comment section below saying that I'm really good at this game and my character's ass is not too flabby, that would be pretty cool. This is a ring. You can equip it over here in the rings section. It boosts your defense when your health is low, so when you're about to die, shed a tear. A blue tear stone ring. Oh, some joke about that, I guess. That barrel is on fire. Wait for it. Okay, now it's on fire. Roll. You can just roll straight through it if you're good, but clearly I am not. Okay, that guy's gonna chase me for a bit. Always heal up. Okay. Anything that winds up for a long time is usually hard to parry or dodge. Well, we got a helmet. Oh, you'll notice my roll is a little different now. If I take off the helmet, it's much faster. So this is going to be a dex build. It's going to focus mostly... Oh, wow, you can go down there right away? There's a really big bad guy down there that you're not ready for. Do not go down there yet. There is a bug in here usually. What the heck? Maybe I'm crazy. Could have sworn there was a bug in there. Whatever. Maybe it's this one. It is this one. Whenever you see these things, just kill them as fast as you can. They're very hard to kill though, so be warned. And then they disappear eventually too. But if you kill them, they give you cool ore, which you'll need to upgrade your weapons later. When you actually have a good weapon. Okay, don't need any of that stuff. We just need the gold pine resin. Now this is the first boss room. You will notice there's a little ladder here. When you walk out there, the boss will spawn. These assholes will shoot you. Whip out your club, beat him to death, jump back down. If you roll when you land, you take a little less damage, just like Zelda. Walk forward until that guy spawns. Run away like a little girl. Climb back up the ladder. And you'll see him running towards you down there. He's a giant demon, giant hammer, super scary. Go up here, put lightning on your weapon. Two-hand it. You gotta be kind of quick here, because he will jump up. Do a sweeping plunging attack. Roll between his legs. Usually good to break lock on at this point too. It's also good to just roll away a little bit. You don't want to get stuck in a corner with him too much. Alright. Gonna get knocked off. That was fun. That was the exact thing that I was talking about. You kind of want to roll away from that exact thing, because he'll mess your life up. Now, this is the next most important thing about Souls games. First time you go through an area, yeah, kill everything and grab all the bosses and whatever. Second time you go through an area, just sprint past everything, go kill the boss. Yeah. You don't need to kill everything. It just makes the game harder than it needs to be. And this guide is all about making the game as easy as it can be. You'll get good at these boss runs. It'll usually take you a couple tries to kill a boss. Even if you're good at the game, which I presumably am, making a guide on it. See, all the enemies that were chasing me can't get through the fog wall. That will despawn after the boss dies, so, you know, be careful for that, but don't get shot in the face too much by these guys. Drink some Estus. Jump back down. Only got so much gold pine resin. Run forward to this brick. This brick? Yep, there you go. Boss spawns. Round 2, Taurus Demon. And he will just like jump up here eventually and get really pissed, so yeah, you don't want that to happen. Apply lightning, dual wield, jump on his face, do like a third of his health. It's super fun. So you can, when he's about to hit you, just roll, and you'll roll dodge. Get away from that stupid ledge where we died earlier. If you roll the second he attacks, it'll miss because you're invincible during that. Just stay right under his legs and beat him to death with a lightning club. And he dies. Now you'll notice if you turn around, are those guys still chasing me? Nope, they left me alone. So we get humanity and a homeward bone. And you'll always get some humanity when you kill a boss. There's all these barrels and stuff. Always break stuff, but if you remember where stuff is, there's always nifty little things you can find. Yeah, down here. Over here, we shall find our first NPC. By the way, NPC stands for non-player controlled unit. You want to say yes to whatever he asks you. I think it's like, hey, do you want to be friends? Stupid. You really want to be friends with this guy. Because if you'll remember, that spooky, scary skeleton pit we were in earlier, oh my gosh, you have to answer yes to twice of his? Answer yes twice to 2 of his questions. You get a white sand soapstone. It's an online play item. We're not going to be using it at all, just because I want this guide to be followable. So I'm not going to use any players to help me, even if they have summon stones down. I will only use the NPCs. Now you'll notice the ground here is kind of burned, which is just a good sign, by all accounts, you know. Hey, fire, look at that, there's a dragon. What you're going to want to do is jump down here, and this is one of the coolest parts about Dark Souls. Look at this ladder, you can kick it. And you may notice where it leads. Yay! So we have 1 humanity from the boss, so we're just going to offer it up. And yeah. We have been recording for about 30 minutes, so we'll wrap up that first episode here. And yeah, thanks for watching. Tune in next time.